So my name is Lucy Canning. I am a cancer support specialist and I work at Maggie's in Manchester. So there are 24 Maggie centres in the UK. There are a few outside of the UK as well. They're based initially near to oncology treatment hospitals. So within the northwest, I think I've said before, there's one in Manchester opposite the Christie, there's a centre at Oldham Hospital, and there's a centre in Clatterbridge, which is on the Wirral. Anyone can access Maggie's who is affected by cancer. So when people there are people having treatment at other Manchester hospitals, they are also welcome to come into the centre. It is not primarily for Christie patients only, it's just proximity to the Christie usually means that they're the people who are coming in the majority of the time, and their families and friends can come in as well for support. To support friends and family members and carers of people with cancer, one of the primary things that we offer is a friends and family support group. Now that is currently online due to the nature of the people who want to attend it, who may still be working full-time, have childcare obligations and can't always come to the centre physically, and that seems to work quite well. And actually one of our psychologists facilitates that session once a week. So it's just a Teams meeting, so you don't always feel like you have to go to it, but it's somewhere you can go if you need support. One of the other ways that we offer support is just having cancer drop-in support in the centre. So friends and family can come in and talk to myself or one of my colleagues if they're finding something particularly challenging at that time. So they're welcome to do that. And I guess the other things that are available to those people are to just come in. You know, some people come in and they just want that hour to not think about what's happening. They want to read a book, they can have a cup of tea, they can look at the garden. So it's really what you need us to be on the day that you're in the centre. We offer support to people who have younger family members, so children. We run a monthly group, and what happens is that you can sign up to that and you get to meet other people who may have a cancer diagnosis as well and are wanting to speak to younger people. So it's called Supporting Children Talking About Cancer. And they can come along, and the important thing to realise is it's not just one conversation that you're going to have. That's kind of the start of an ongoing conversation. So people are also welcome to come back the following month if they feel like, actually, now I've got other things that I want to try and approach and talk about. And it's a safe space for people to have those conversations before going and speaking to those younger family members. I think collaboration amongst all these different agencies is really important, and it's always really good to have patients there because you hear their experiences and you can understand their experiences and empathise and sympathise with what's happening, and it gives you that opportunity to think, well, how can we're not always going to be able to solve it. You know, some of these things are much bigger than what we can do, but how can we help manage and support and guide them so that they feel empowered to do these things themselves? I think the most useful thing I've learned today is that there is a real want from patients and their partners for that support. So it's how do we move forward and make sure they're getting that? And I think it's about building these relationships, working with the different NHS trusts and the specialist nurses, speech and language therapists. You know, I've heard it all in the room today. It will take time, but building that up so we can give people what they actually need, you know, when they're going through that diagnosis.